But yes, welcome to the family. Welcome back to the studio. I just picked up my camera because I'm about to go unload the kiln that had all the stuff that I refired from what I think will be the last video, if you watched the last video, of stuff that was underfired in the kiln. I refired it to cone 6. It was a fairly empty kiln. Unfortunately, I didn't have a ton of extra stuff to put in there, so it's mostly just stuff that was getting refired. But let's go check it out. On first glance, I think they look good. I don't want to get too excited. I do think there's like a tiny bubble, maybe right there. Not sure if you can see that. Definitely, we've got that glossy look, which is exciting. Okay, let me unload more and see. Got a new stool that totally matches my blue cart, so I might as well just build it now. Hey, I'm waiting for some stuff to dry that I threw. Okay, I've been pretty bad at vlogging today, but it is the end of an era. We are saying goodbye to the chaise. And if you've been around here since I got the chaise, I got it from a secondhand shop, and it has just been there for me for so long. It's so comfy, it's so cute. I'm actually really sad to let it go. Unfortunately, we don't have any room for it in our actual house, and I need to make room in the studio for something exciting. But it is going to my friend Tony, so that's kind of nice. I can always go to her house and sit on it. We're gonna take it to her house tonight, and I just wanted it to be kind of ready to go. Bye, chaise. So the chaise is gone, and the chaise is gone because I bought a second wheel. Insert applause here. It's gonna come in today. It's just coming from next door, but someone is gonna bring it over for me around 4. It's not gonna happen today, but I'm basically gonna revamp this space to make it available to do private lessons in my own studio. And I don't know how I'm gonna set it up yet, but we're gonna figure it out together. I have a vision for what I want it to look like. It's just been living in my brain, so I think I'm gonna draw it out in a little notebook. It's a big investment, but I think it will just be so great and so rewarding, and I'm just really excited to be able to teach in like my own space. I think it's gonna be cool. Just a million studio shoes over there, mine and Brooke's. But this is where the chaise was. This is where my wheel is now. So I feel like I'm losing my mind a little bit as I mentally try to reorganize the space. So I'm gonna make a little list of things I need to do, things I need to get. Now that I have student work in my space, I do need more shelving. First things first, I need to get another pair of brackets for this shelf, and I'll maybe even get an extra pair because I have more wood cut to these sizes, and I can add more shelves if I really need to. I think I will end up having to get a separate shelf regardless that I will put on the other wall, but for now we're gonna work with what we already have. Hello. I finally just dragged myself out of bed after having a 2-day migraine. I'm about to go to the Saskatoon farm with Tony. I've never actually been, but I hear you can stock up on some really great produce at a really good price, and I'm really hoping to make soup today. I feel like things have been busy and I haven't really been taking care of myself so well, and so I'm gonna try to do that today. And for me, today at least, that looks like batch cooking. So I want to make soup, I want to make cookies, I want to make enough to freeze and just have ready for myself for the rest of the week. So that's what we're doing today. It's just going to be like a cozy fall day, a very slow day. I also just picked up a bunch of books from the library that I'm really excited about. The first one on my to read list is Secluded Cabin Sleep 6. I can't even remember. I feel like I just saw somebody read this on my Goodreads and gave it a pretty good rating, so I'm gonna try it. I think I'm at 24 books for the year, which is like the most I've ever read in a long time. Hey buddy. So I think I'm actually gonna bump up my reading goal to 30 books because it was 25, but I think I'm gonna overpass that, so I'm really excited. Because we're not even at winter yet, and winter is like the true reading season, especially holiday break. Are you joking? Okay, so this is the bag I got from the farmer's market. This was $18 for all of this. I'm going to be using all these carrots today. I just went and picked some tomatoes from my garden. I figured I would just wash kind of all the veg I'm going to use now. These I'm just going to wash and put in the freezer, and I'll probably make sauce or like a soup at some point. Got some avocados, some garlic. Tony said the garlic from the farm is amazing, so I got 3 garlics. Got some pumpkin, got chocolate chips for cookies, and yeah, we're gonna start with a veggie soak. little guy. I don't know if I need it right now. I'm just gonna talk directly to camera. Hello. I've just been running errands for the last 3 hours, so I'm happy to actually be here in the studio, get to work. I have so much stuff to do. The studio is currently staged because they were taking photos of it yesterday, but we have some very exciting developments. Welcome to the family. My brand new wheel. It's not brand new. Well, it's brand new to me, but I bought it off of my friend Bramble. I'm trying to figure out the lighting in here today. It's a bit tricky. As you can see, I have a new mic because I just felt like sometimes I wanted to talk to you guys, but I'm like so far away from the camera. But yes, welcome to the family. My new wheel. It is a Shimpo Whisper. So funny because I just bought this stool from IKEA before even knowing I was for sure getting this wheel, and it totally matches, and it matches my cart, which I did know. I think I've been talking about it on this channel for a minute, but I have been wanting to get a second wheel so I can start to teach private lessons in my studio. And now that I have 2 wheels, that is totally doable. I mean, I could have taught one-on-one before, but I always think it's more fun with 2 people, also more worth my time. And also, I feel like when people want to try new stuff, they want to try stuff with a friend or a partner. And this is just like a nice way to have everybody in here. I always knew the time would come when I would get rid of the chaise. Also, I just got back from IKEA. Oh, I got some mirrors. I'm gonna push this like right up against the wall. And I think the other wheel is also gonna go right up against the wall, and they're both gonna be facing the window. And I'll just put some mirrors kind of like above the splash pan so you can see what your hands are doing without having to like break your back like I do right now. Yeah, this is staged. This is not gonna stay here. This is gonna go back in my house. This painting by Taylor might stay here. I might commandeer it from the house and just leave it in the studio. At some point, I would really love to paint some stuff for myself, but I think that's gonna be like a winter project. I'm also thinking moving that over there and putting up some more track shelves like I have behind me. Shelf maybe over here. And then I'm just gonna be like queen of shelves. And I love that for myself. Also, in case you haven't guessed, there's going to be a bit of a learning curve with this new mic, so please just be patient with me as I figure out what sounds best and where I need to place it on myself. This is some gorgeous work from my demo classes. Let me show you actually some more stuff. Everybody did such a great job. I think it's really hard to see what people painted at this point, but like, look at this mug. Wow. This one got a bit of a crack. We're gonna try and repair that with some paper clay slip. If you watched my last vlog, you know I ran into an issue where I needed to refire my work, and I'm happy to say that the refiring went very successfully. This is one of the pieces from that batch. Look how cute. A good glossy finish, colors poppin'. I'm super happy with it, super relieved. We are gonna try and fix this tiny crack in some student work. I'm gonna use a little bit of vinegar and some paper clay, and I can put my recipe for paper clay down below, and also I can recommend to you a really good YouTube video on how to use paper clay because it already exists out in the world, so I want to give props to the person who I learned from. I'm just gonna apply a little bit of vinegar to the crack, open it up a little bit by just scoring it and then adding some paper clay in it and just smoothing it out. And then we'll let that dry really slowly so that the paper clay has time to fill in that crack and won't just instantly crack again, because I find if you try to fill something in and then you just let it air dry like normal, it's just gonna crack again. Maybe the crack will be a bit smaller, but keeping it covered helps for sure. So I brought in the bench that used to live here. I brought it home and I brought it back to the studio because I'm gonna try and get my wheels set up how I think I want them. I'm hesitant to do it because I'm still like throwing so much this week. And I was like, should I just keep my one wheel the way it is now, the way I know it works? Or should I just try and set it up the way I think I want it? And as I sit here, I'm doubting myself again. I went and got brackets to put another shelf in. As you can see, I made some space. And then I realized the extra shelf that I had actually fits the longer shelves back there. So I'll figure that out at some point. But I'm thinking what I'm going to do is take the longer shelf, put it on top of this bench because this bench is not really like straight. It's got like a weird divot in it. So I'm going to put that on top of this in front of the wheel. Yeah, let's just see if that works. And if it's cool, you know, I just want somewhere, I want there to be somewhere that you can put like finished pieces on. So we are going to try that. And this is the shelf. Let's see if this even fits on the bench properly, because I don't know if it does. The answer is yes. The answer is yes, it does fit. Let's also see how far back this pushes everything, because I might end up putting the wheels like right in front of the shelves, which I don't know if I want that either. We might have to move over this way a bit. Anyway, let's just try it. Put a plant here too, and that would be kind of cute. So this is a setup over here I've had forever. This is also how it was set up in the other studio, but just reversed. You know what? Let's just move this wheel too. Let's just do it, you know? It's really exciting to be able to use what we already have. Bigger, like the front of it, so it kind of needs to be like under. Does that make sense? Okay, this is what we're working with. Obviously, it's like a little bit mismatched, but I think it'll work, at least for now. I like that we still have both areas for your tools immediately. The shampoo wheel's a lot bigger than this wheel. We have the mirrors. I think I'm gonna just like totally move this. Maybe not yet. Maybe I'll just leave that there for now. But so what I'm thinking is then having like another shelf here, like a standing shelf. Maybe one of those metal ones that's a bit higher. So love this one, but I think I want something that has like maybe 4 levels. Sorry, I'm so out of breath. Okay, let's try our first throw in the new setup. So some notes on workflow. So far so good. It's definitely different having to kind of like lean over to put my finished pieces on this board. But again, I'm just really used to like turning to the side. So that is something I'm getting used to. The mirror, I am loving the addition of the mirror because it's easier to see kind of like if things are straight or if the squiggles are even. But I'm thinking maybe I should like actually put the mirrors on the wall, just because if I'm putting my finished pieces on the board, I'm gonna have to wipe it down at the end of the day every time, which is fine. It's the same as cleaning my wheel, cleaning my space at the end of the day, but I don't want to have to move the mirrors every time I'm wiping it down. So I think I think the mirrors came with some sticky stuff I can use on the wall. Like say it was up by this much. In that case, can I still see my hands? Oh, and the answer is yeah, for sure, definitely. Obviously I won't keep it on this. If this is like up on the wall that much, I can still see my hands and everything. It's a new day, it's the same overalls. I have a ton more student work coming in. I did a workshop last night. It was a full house. It was so much fun, but also so many people and so many plant pots. So I'm just gonna like rejig these shelves. As I mentioned, I'm missing an extra shelf. So what I'm gonna do is move like the books and paintings that are on the very top shelf somewhere else. Move my bisque that's been sitting on the shelves forever to the top shelf and hopefully create some more room for student work. I'm also gonna rejig these shelves back here and kind of just move everything up, really fill in the spaces. Here, I figured I would show you some stuff that I picked up recently. A little clay related haul, and I got from Ritual Glaze. Sorry, the lighting is like so busted. I got the puff white and the melt gloop white. I mostly got these with a vision of some specific chairs that I want to make. Basically, I want to make a cloud chair, so a chair that has actual like clouds coming off of it, and then I wanted to use the puff glaze on the clouds. I'll show you what the puff glaze looks like. You can see it on their Instagram. I've never tried Ritual Glaze, so I'm definitely going to test on test tiles before I put them on actual chairs, but I'm very excited. This one, the melt gloop, is like, it'll keep the shape that you apply it on as. Again, I'll put in an example of what it looks like here because I feel like I'm not going to do it justice by trying to describe it. So I just picked up 2 glazes from them. I did have to pay quite a bit in customs. I think like $35, which kind of rough because they're already, like, that's already the price. I think more than one of these alone. And then shipping is also expensive. Obviously it's coming from the States, so that's out of their control. It's not Ritual Glaze's fault, but just so you know, if you're ordering from Canada, you're probably gonna have to pay customs. And then from our fave spot, Sounding Stone, which people have been asking me, that's where I get a lot of my stuff that I use in the studio. I just got, it's like, looks like nothing. I just got some high temperature wire hangers so I can start making ornaments. I'm thinking that I'm maybe gonna make some fun things. The tigers that I made like a million years ago, some of these, but like teeny tiny for your Christmas tree. I thought that would be kind of cute. Yeah, so those are the 2 exciting things that I got for the studio. I just wanted to share them with you while I was opening them myself. I will definitely report back on the tests from Ritual Glaze when I do end up testing them. This is the order going out. I love that she's gonna have this pair of plates. That's so fun.